What's going on, everybody? This is GN Invasion. I'm James.
And I'm Jacob.
And today we're going to be talking about the Captain Marvel movie. My homeboy over here just finished watching the movie.
Yeah.
I seen it a long time ago, but I remember, unfortunately, everything about it. But
unfortunately, I mean, there was some... Well, anyway, we'll go ahead and get into the movie.
Yeah, we're going to go 50-50 on it. Of course, you should have seen the movie by now because it's already going to DVD and Blu-ray, so this is going to be a spoiler.
It came out on Blu-ray today, actually, and I got a chance to watch it in my humble abode with my 65-inch 4K ultra high definition LG smart TV with sharing technology. I streamed it from my computer, thank God. So, holla at your boy Heavy Works about that. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, the movie itself, my initial thoughts, I had none going into it. Just like when the movie first was announced or coming out, or they gave a little hint, I didn't feel anything about it because she wasn't even supposed to be there. Eventually, seriously, she just wasn't supposed to be in the whole Infinity Gauntlet mess, at all.
And unfortunately, when I seen the movie, I heard about all the political propaganda and everything about it. So when I went to go see it, I already had bad information in my brain.
He has some implications what it should be like.
So
I wasn't privy to any of that. So I'll go ahead and tell you guys what I think about it first. Yeah. And then you can go ahead and tell them about that part because I don't want to spoil it for myself. And
I'm sure y'all already know about it, but we're just going to bring it up anyway.
So the movie itself, opening up, it was pretty interesting. I liked the whole little dream sequence she had first starting up, trying to control her powers, understanding a loss of understanding of who she was, and then meeting up with the actually the first mission that they had, the ambush, that was pretty freaking cool. I like the action sequence in that, her getting to Earth, I'm sorry, not even that, before that, her memories being purged, being stolen, so, being looked into, making her recall a lot of her memories and whatnot. I thought that whole thing was really cool. The sequence that they used in that was really awesome. So, special effects, guys, you guys can A+. Everything, the fights in outer space, stuff that happened around her body, the cosmic energy that was being produced and whatnot. All that was pretty cool. But we got into... I was okay with the movie until probably about an hour and a half in.
That's the third act then, towards the end.
Yeah, around the end of second to third act. Right around when she started to understand and come into her real power. That's when it started to get, that's when I actually started to hear the trumpet blow. And by trumpet, I mean the feminine trumpet. And by the feminine trumpet, I mean, oh my God, stop pandering so hard to the feminine agenda. I'm a feminist myself, but Jesus Christ. There's only so much you can do until you're all right, I get it. She had adversity. She's proven that she's strong enough as a woman to face whoever. But really, it was never about that. Who cares? There's plenty of movies out there right now where women are kicking ass. You had, Wonder Woman come out there representing. Freaking Black Widow's been representing for the past, 10, 12 years?
And technically, Black Panther
got a whole half his village is women. Beasting warriors.
They're the warriors and the protectors.
Yeah, half of the village, more than half the village are women, and they're just beasting, protecting everybody, handling business. Heck, even in her own squad, there was a female sniper that looked like from Overwatch.
Yeah, Widow.
Yeah. like Widow from Overwatch, and then of course you got some of the other female villains like Hela from Thor Ragnarok that happened not too long ago. She's one of the strongest mother effers out there.
Yep.
So you got a bunch of examples of strong, powerful, independent women on both sides of the spectrum. Not to mention there was X-Men movies, not the best example, but in Fox there were X-Men movies where the women were the strongest ones. They were literally out of control.
Yeah.
And they had to take care of them. You had Deadpool 2 with Domino, beasting.
Yes.
I love Domino. She was one of my favorites. You know? She was awesome.
That look like Squirrel Girl.
That look. So the point I'm making is it didn't have to go so hard on the whole feminine agenda. I mean, they went through, they had a little, I went through all these adversities and things like that. We got that. It was hinted, which was okay. That's fine. Whatever. They turned Marvel into a woman instead of a dude. It gave her that the whole reason why she got her powers is because of the experiment instead of Marvel, who was supposed to be the dude to give her powers. Okay, I'll let that go. Whatever. It was kind of annoying, but I got that. Whatever. For the sake of the movie, I'll let it ride. But when you start playing I'm Just a Girl from Gwen Stefani in the middle of a fight sequence that was actually really, really good. You know?
And you're not the only girl.
And you're not the only girl in the fight. Come on. Come on. She's not being oppressed by men. You know what I'm saying? You're making it look like she's fighting this overtly male, entity that's ruled by nothing but men who wants to enslave women and put them under ball and chain and have them as servants for the rest of their life.
And if you're wondering who's the other females, you had the Cree female and you had the black woman that was helping, that was with Samuel L. Jackson.
Right. And she was a beast in the spaceship as well.
Yep.
So, she's not the only one fighting out there. And then not only that, but it actually cheapened the moment. I mean, the whole fight scene was great, but the song just cheapened the moment out. I'm like, come on, man.
They could have chose a rock song.
Something else.
Yeah. I would have loved the song by Alice in Chains, maybe.
Yeah.
But, pretty much Jacob hit on almost every point that I was gonna make. But like I said, he came into it with no expectations. Now,
I mean, that part put a bad taste in my mouth, but the other parts of the movie were okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't really have any problem. It's just that one part really annoyed me, and it took it from being a great movie to it's okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just give a few details on a few things. So like he had mentioned. So Marvel was a Kree, you might as well say super soldier or whatever else. He was a scientist in a few ways.
He was awesome.
Yeah. But he actually is the one that gave Carol Danvers her powers.
Awesome.
Now, the female that actually played Marvel in the movies, which they chose the right actress, like spot on, was actually just a no-name character in the comics. She might have been a sergeant or a general or something like that, but she was a nobody compared to the other people within, comic book continuity. You literally fuse two characters together.
Yep.
So, but when I came to see the movie in the beginning, I already heard about the lady playing Captain Marvel, as she was as hard to work with as Don Cheadle, and from what I've been told, Don Cheadle was a hard as nails to actually work with in the movies. Whether he was or not, there's no information or no evidence that say so, unless you actually speak to the actors or actresses themselves while they play.
I've seen Don Cheadle in person, and he's a tight ass, but he's not unreasonable.
Yeah, so I'm guessing she might be the same way, because that example has been thrown out in a few places. But the fact that she's a feminist, I don't know if she's an extremist with it or not, but you can tell that it was force-fed a lot within the movie. I don't mind you wanting certain things, but I can tell that Marvel and Disney definitely gave a lot of thought into it and just pretty much gave her free reign for things, because at the end of the day, what do all people do when they don't get their way? When a baby doesn't get their pacifier, you start screaming and whining until you lose it. And we already know if Marvel and Disney would have got some type of rights movement or march or whatever else over this, when she's the main actress, she's in a Marvel Disney movie, meaning there's going to be money in it anyway, and they have other females in it.
And it was that far along.
I would have literally not seen this movie, just because I would have been like, this movie is BS and she shouldn't be in it. In fact, they should just fire her. But they didn't do that, so thankfully they didn't. Now,
I will add this on. She's the only person I know that's being a jerk like that, who continued to make the movie or some sort to that degree, because, not even to get her demands met. I mean, Don Cheadle might be a jerk when it comes to making a movie. I can't even say a jerk. He's just really tough on people. But you don't see him putting his ideals forcing his ideals upon the director and saying, I want this in the movie, I want this kind of scene or whatever in the movie. Mind you, he's not the lead. You know, he's a lead, but he's not the lead.
Yeah, but enough giving Don Cheadle shine.
I'm just trying to. No, it's not even about that.
No, I know exactly.
All I'm saying is that he might be tough, but he's not ridiculous.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. Like I said, none of us were actually on set to see exactly how these two people, but in this case, the lady playing Carol Danvers, and I'm sorry if I don't remember her name, but in the movie she's Carol Danvers. I'm not giving her not her props. She actually did a good job acting in the movie. The problem is just like with people that are strict when it comes to their graphic novels and their comic books, and they don't try their best to try to, you know, keep the movie as best as possible the way it's supposed to be.
Right.
Now, the biggest gripe that I actually have is the fact that, like I said before, Marvel is who gave Carol Danvers her powers to be Miss Marvel.
See,
not
you trying to be the credible Hulk. That's what it is.
Not the Tesseract.
This man is the credible Hulk.
Being genetically engineered, and then you shoot it doing some type of kamikaze.
Somebody get Professor Hulk from the Avengers out here with a book in his hands, and that would be you right now.
Look, my whole thing
like,
is
I'm mad, and this is why.
Yeah, I have to be this way because okay, they did a good job, but let's all be honest. From a comic book standpoint, and the reason why I say this is because if you go back in comic books, they said that the Celestials put people on Earth, and then they were genetically engineered. You had the Deviants, the Eternals, and the Humans, and then they did something to where 15,000 years later, in the accident that happens, mutants were going to come about, or something was going to come about. That's how Spider-Man and Hulk and everything.
Let me say this while it's still on my mind, because you're going to make me forget about what I'm going to say.
Okay.
I understand where you're coming from in terms of it not being canon, but here's the... Oh, wait. It's not close to being canon. It's part of the cinematic universe. It's its own entity in itself. What I will say, although it could not be canon, not part of the MCU, whatever. I'm sorry, not part of the Marvel comic book universe. What I wanted was it to be its own standalone thing, aside from Infinity War.
So what you're saying is you would have appreciated this movie more if it wasn't part of Avengers?
Absolutely. That's the only thing. Like, it could be its own thing, but please don't make it part of that, because they didn't execute it well enough to where it would tie in smoothly. I mean, yeah, they tied it in somewhat, whatever, but it wasn't a smooth enough transition. They didn't build up the character quite enough for her to be part of the in-game initiative. She just comes in, oh, hey, where's Fury? Dead? Okay. Where's Thanos? Oh, okay, let's go fuck him up.
Yeah, they didn't flesh out the powers. They made her seem like she was supposed to be the strongest, and we know in comic books she's not.
No, not even.
Out of those Avengers.
No.
And honestly, in that fight, the best action
strongest
scene,
Avenger wasn't even an Avenger.
Yeah, but the best part in the whole scene, this is the only thing I'm gonna say about Avengers Endgame, was when she caught herself trying to punch Thanos. Thanos took off the Power Stone and rocked her.
With the other Infinity Gauntlet, it was beautiful.
Like,
it was beautiful.
Like, come on.
Caught her with the left, like, blah!
Like, Marvel built up Captain Marvel to be so hyped as being the strongest one in the MCU.
Yeah.
And what was it? It was Thor and Captain America that actually held their own. They actually held him down longer than the supposed hype of she's supposed to be the strongest Avenger.
Actually, the person that really held him down was Scarlet Witch.
Yes.
If it wasn't for Scarlet Witch, he wouldn't even dog.
And they downplayed her powers.
Well, here's the thing. Scarlet Witch had him down, pinned him down to the point where he had to call in air support.
Yeah.
That much.
Yeah.
Like, she was gonna F his day up.
But if we've been actually running behind, we're gonna do something on, in game, but
we're gonna go through all the transition stuff later.
We've been doing a lot of work on trying to get other things accomplished.
We're gonna get the content out to you
so
guys.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna do that. But going back to Captain Marvel, like I said, when I first seen the movie, I enjoyed it, but it was gonna be a 10 out of 10 for me if I didn't see certain things, and it dropped immediately to like 8.8 for me.
For me, it's gonna be like a 7.5. Actually,
Wow,
no, not even 6.8. That's what it is.
You became a harsher critic.
I'm a harsh critic because of the the agenda. I mean, it was unnecessary at this point because it's already been expressed so many times. Where at this point, the fact that she has her own movie is enough.
Yeah.
You know, and I say it's enough because of the kind of character she is, and if they would have represented her originally, you know, how she is in the comic, even the remake of the comics, how she is now accurately, we wouldn't have needed all the pandering that was going on. You know, I mean, it just wasn't necessary. And then, of course, even more so later on, I deducted even more points because of the music that was chosen during one of the most you know, important, in my opinion, one of the most important parts of the movie, her actually growing into her own person and really starting to embrace her powers. Like, really starting to embrace her powers. So, at that point, that song shouldn't have been playing. It could have been anything else from the late 80s, early 90s.
I'm still saying Alice in Chains Bones. The more I think about it, I could see that in that one part, have it low. Yeah, that would have been a perfect song.
Something else.
But I didn't take into the music consideration.
It's very important. Me. It's very important.
But there's one part that I did skip out on, which I understand for the MCU how they did it, but it actually put a bad taste in my mouth because where I thought the movie could have led up to, it might still not happen. It might or it might not happen, and that was making the scroll seem like good guys and refugees.
They completely flipped the script on that because scrolls, as we know in the comic book world, are literally
invaders,
the harbingers of evil.
Yeah, not poor people trying to go from planet to planet trying to survive.
There are scroll hunters out there just to stop them from invading entire planets. I mean, Wolverine was one for a little while. Spider-Woman was a huge scroll hunter back in the day. Well, not even back in the day, but back in her comics and whatnot.
But the reason why I was actually like heartbroken on that part because
I thought they were going to Scroll.
Yeah, that's Fantastic Four.
If they're gonna reboot this Fantastic Four, there needs to be Super Scroll.
Maybe in part 2, I want them to do a good Doom because Fantastic Four, Fox, the first one did a good Doom.
They have a lot to fix. They have a lot to fix if they're gonna re-sign them to Disney.
But wasn't Michael Fassbender?
Let's get back. We'll get back to that. Guys,
as you can tell, we're sidetracking, but
there's a lot of fixing to do.
Yeah, but the whole thing is that I wanted the Skrull invasion to happen, but once they changed on the demeanor of what the Skrull were, that instantly was like, yo, you know what? Mine is a 7. It dropped down a few points now that I had to think
about it. Now that you have to understand, you get it right.
I had
so me, it's like a 6.8. It was like a 7.
Yeah,
that's what I'm going to keep it at. You know, if I keep thinking about it, it's going to keep dropping and losing points.
But if y'all enjoyed the movie, definitely put the comments down below what y'all thought of the movie.
Yeah, the third act is where it fell off for me. But yeah.
Yeah, but hopefully you enjoyed this little spoilerific review that we actually did. If you've seen the movie, definitely leave a comment on what parts did you like, what was the pros and cons for you, did you agree or disagree with the opinions that we had on it.
And if you didn't see the movie yet and you just wanted to see the spoilers because you didn't think about seeing the movie anyway, you still want to leave a comment, feel free to leave that too. You want to hear about what you guys have to say.
Yep, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Hold on 1 second. Or girls. See what I did there? Right.
but don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell for notifications. And we'll see y'all next time.
Yep.
This is James signing off.
And Jacob.
And we'll be invading your airways next time, guys. Peace.